Explain the concept of stratified sampling and discuss how it can be used to improve the representativeness of a sample in an exploratory survey. Stratified sampling is a method where the population is divided into distinct subgroups or strata that are homogeneous, similar within themselves but heterogeneous between each other, example based on gender, age, income level. Samples are then randomly selected from each of these strata. This technique ensures that all significant subgroups in the population are represented proportionally in the sample, improving the overall representativeness and accuracy of the survey results. It is particularly useful in exploratory surveys where understanding differences or similarities between specific groups is crucial. Identify and explain three different types of sampling bias that can occur in data collection. Provide suggestions on how each type can be mitigated. Selection bias occurs when certain members of the population have a higher probability of being included in the sample than others, leading to a sample that is not representative of the population. Mitigation can involve using random sampling methods and ensuring that the selection process does not favor any particular group. Response bias. This bias arises when respondents' answers do not reflect their true beliefs, often due to the wording of questions or the survey method. To reduce response bias, ensure that questions are neutrally worded and that surveys are conducted in a manner that minimizes discomfort for respondents. Non-response bias occurs when the individuals who choose not to respond differ significantly from those who do. This can be mitigated by increasing engagement through follow-ups, making participation easier, and possibly offering incentives to encourage higher response rates. Elaborate on the importance of confidence levels in statistical inference. How do they help in interpreting the results of data analysis? Confidence levels in statistical inference indicate how confident one can be in the results obtained from data analysis. For example, a 95% confidence level means there is a 95% probability that the confidence interval calculated from the data sample contains the true population parameter. High confidence levels are crucial as they indicate less chance of sample error, thereby making the results more reliable and interpretable for decision-making. They help stakeholders understand the certainty or risk associated with the conclusions drawn from the data. Describe the relationship between sample size and confidence intervals. Include a discussion on the implications of changing sample sizes for confidence intervals. The size of a sample is directly related to the width of confidence intervals. Larger samples generally result in narrower confidence intervals, assuming the level of confidence is kept constant. This is because larger samples tend to better represent the population, reducing the margin of error and increasing the precision of the estimate. Conversely, smaller samples tend to have wider confidence intervals, reflecting greater uncertainty about the estimate. Therefore, increasing the sample size can be a valuable method to achieve more precise estimates, which is particularly important when making critical business or policy decisions based on the data.